It was folded into quarters, tucked behind a receipt in an old notebook I hadn't opened in years. I almost threw it away. The notebook was full of half-written poems, forgotten to-do lists, numbers I no longer recognized. I had been clearing out drawers, the kind of cleanup you do not because you want to, but because something in you needs space. Then the paper fell out. I didn't remember writing it. Didn't remember when or why. But it was my handwriting. Messy, rushed, a little smudged like it had been carried around in a pocket too long. There were only 8 words on it. "You're still here. That means something good." I stared at it for a long time. It wasn't profound, wasn't poetic, but it hit me, because I had forgotten that version of myself, the one who at some point needed those words so badly they wrote them down and carried them close, and then forgot. I sat down on the floor, notebook in my lap, paper in my palm, and I whispered, "Thank you, I needed that again." It's strange how we think healing is always forward, always more, always becoming, but sometimes it's remembering, reclaiming, returning to what you once knew and letting it speak again. I didn't tuck the note away this time. I taped it to the inside of my closet door. So on mornings when I felt frayed, when my breath caught before coffee, when my reflection asked more questions than it answered, there it would be, waiting, witnessing. "You're still here, that means something good." It didn't solve anything, didn't erase the ache, but it reminded me I had survived something before, and I had left myself a breadcrumb. I began to wonder how many other notes I had dropped along the way, in journals, in voicemails, in blurry photos and text drafts never sent. Tiny reminders from past versions of me who refused to give up. Not loud, not perfect, but faithful. We forget how many times we've already returned, how many mornings we've risen anyway, how many days we've endured without applause. So I started writing new notes, short ones, on sticky paper, on mirrors, on bookmarks, not for Instagram, not for anyone else, just for me. Rest is part of the work. You're allowed to not know yet. You made it through worse. Each one a quiet spark, a string of lights through the fog, because sometimes healing isn't about a grand moment. Sometimes it's finding an old note on a tired day and realizing you've been carrying love for yourself longer than you thought.